I'm going to keep the intro to this video super short so that if you're actually watching this back, you don't have to deal with my intro every single time. I will cut it down. I'll put it on YouTube and I'll put it on the podcast so you can use it wherever you want. And I'm covering two sections here. There will be 48 what the Pageant Planet have called pageant questions, and then 127 personal questions. There was I think a political section and a religious section, but they're more pertinent to US only. So if you want those, then you can do those yourself. But here we go. So 48 pageant questions. 1. Why should we select you as our title holder? 2. If you don't win this title, which contestant would you like to see win and why? 3. If you win tonight, how will you use your title to benefit others? 4. What do you feel is the most important part of competition? 5. Do you think the swimsuit round is derogatory? 6. What do you like most about pageantry? 7. What is the most important thing you did to prepare for this pageant? Why did you do that? 8. If you win this pageant, are you prepared to take on the responsibilities that come along with a pageant title? 9. Why are you here competing? 10. How will pageant competition help you develop as a person? 11. Why do you think some people have a negative view of pageantry? 12. Respond to this statement. Pageants exploit women. 13. What can you sacrifice for this pageant? 14. What do you think of the competition today? 15. Is the current Miss America mature enough to handle the responsibilities of the title? 16. Does it annoy you when people call pageants beauty pageants? Why or why not? 17. If you could change one thing about your pageant system, would you change anything? 18. What is your favorite phase of competition and why do you believe it is important? 19. Describe someone who has helped you with pageant preparation. What do you appreciate most about them? 20. If you could accomplish one thing as a title holder, what would it be? 21. How do you prepare for your weakest phase of competition? 22. Besides a crown and sash, let's try that again. Number 22. Besides a crown and sash, what would you gain if you were crowned? 23. If you had the opportunity to judge a pageant, what would you ask the contestants? 24. What would you say to a girl who fears she is not talented enough to compete in a pageant? 25. What is something you admire about our reigning title holder? 26. How do you respond to people with a negative view of pageants? 27. What has pageantry taught you about yourself? 28. If you were handed a microphone directly after your crowning, what would you say into it? 29. What are your plans if you do not win this pageant? 30. What 3 words come to mind when you think of what pageants teach young women? 31. What do you think one mistake is that could cost a girl the title, and how can it be avoided? 32. If this pageant was judged based on just 2 areas of competition, which would you choose and why? 33. What would you say to someone who thinks pageants are giving out money based on beauty? 34. Tell me about one thing you've learned about yourself through pageantry. 35. What did you expect to gain from pageants? Did you? 36. How can social media be used by title holders in a beneficial way? 37. How would you handle competing with a fellow contestant you didn't like? 38. How would you promote this pageant system if crowned? 39. Is the saying, "you're only competing against yourself," true? 40. How can others get involved and contribute to your platform's cause? 41. How have you promoted your platform, or how do you plan to do so as a title holder? 42. Describe your involvement with your chosen organization. 43. Tell me about a memorable experience you have had promoting your platform. 44. How did your platform become an important issue to you? 45. What organizations could work well with your platform? 46. If you were not competing in this pageant, how would you be promoting your platform? 47. What advice would you give to a new contestant looking to develop a platform for the first time? 48. Do you think helping other girls promote their platforms different from yours is important as a title holder? Second section is personal questions. Question 1. If you had 30 minutes a day to do anything you wanted, what would you do? Why? 2. What do you like to do for fun? 3. What do you like about school? 4. If there were one thing you could do to change the world, what would it be? 5. What are your hobbies? 6. What makes you sad? 7. Tell us what sets you apart from the other contestants we have spoken to today. 8. Who or what inspires you? 9. How do you see yourself a year from now? 10. What are your life goals? 11. Do you feel more comfortable in small gatherings or large parties? 12. What is your town/state known for? 13. How do you see yourself 5 years from now? 14. Having worries is common. What do you worry about? 15. What are the best qualities a parent could share with their children? Why? 16. If you showed me around your city, where would you take me? Why? 17. If women were to rule, how different would the world be? 18. Do you think that the youth today faces more pressure than the previous generation? 19. What is the best quality of your generation? 20. Who has the greatest influence on your life? 21. How do you think you can improve yourself and your personality? 22. What makes you happy? 23. What makes you scared? 24. What intimidates you? 25. What makes you confident? 26. What makes you fearful? 27. Tell us something interesting about your job. 28. What do you find most challenging about your job? 29. What is beauty according to you? 30. Who is your best friend? Tell me about her or him. What kind of things do you do together? 31. Who is your favorite teacher and why? 32. What do you look for in a friend? 33. Does sexy have a negative connotation? 34. If you could star in a movie, who would you choose as your co-star? 35. If you had a genie, what is the one thing you would ask for? 36. Tell us about one life-changing experience in your life. 37. What kind of music do you listen to and why? 38. If you had to choose between a fit body and a fit mind, which would you choose? 39. What do you stand for? 40. Who is your mentor? 41. What does love mean to you? 42. Tell me about a recent goal you accomplished. 43. How do you connect with girls of all ages? 44. What has been the biggest disappointment in your life? Why? 45. Are you a patient person? Why or why not? 46. Tell me about some of your family's traditions. 47. What do you like most about yourself? Why? 48. What is the best advice your parents have given to you? Why? 49. Are you a role model? Why or why not? 50. What is your favorite magazine? Why? 51. If you had to choose to be beautiful or intelligent, which would you choose? 52. Tell me something that will make me remember you. 53. What talent would you most like to have? Why? 54. If you could be famous, in what way would you choose? 55. What color best describes your outlook on life? Why? 56. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? 57. I have never been to blank. Insert the state you are competing. Where would you take me? 58. What is your most treasured memory? 59. What is your most prized possession? 60. If you could go on a picnic anywhere in the world, where would you go? Who would you take? And what food would you bring? 61. Sell me your most favorite product. 62. If you could live in someone else's shoes for one day, who would it be and what would you do? 63. Other than physical appearance, what do you like most about yourself? Why? 64. Tell me about your self-confidence. 65. What famous person is your personality most like? 66. What book are you reading right now? 67. What is one thing that people would not see at first glance? 68. What movie would best describe you? 69. Who are you? 70. What is the one feature you would change about yourself and why? 71. If you could only bring one possession with you on a deserted island, what would it be and why? 72. If you could have dinner with celebrity, dead or alive, who would it be and why? 73. Who is the most influential person in your life? 74. If you were to write a book about your life, what would it be called? 75. Do you think your life would make a good reality TV show? 76. If you started reading a book about your life, would you read all the way to the end? 77. What is one thing to you? What is one thing you could do to change the world? What would it be? 78. If you could go back in time, would you change anything? Why? 79. Do you have any hidden talents? 80. What is your biggest pet peeve? 81. What is a bad habit you need to break? 82. What is one quote that would describe you? 83. What is one thing that can make you feel better when you are having a bad day? 84. Do you consider yourself outgoing? 85. What is one thing you wish you could do but have not done yet? 86. Do you think it's true that one person can make a difference in the world? 87. If you could be any superhero, who would you be and why? 88. What is one makeup product you can't live without? 89. Tell me something unique about yourself. 90. What advice would you give your former self? 91. What is your proudest accomplishment of this year? 92. What do you do to relieve stress? How does it help you? 93. What is your dream job? 94. Would you rather read the book or see the movie? 95. What is your favorite charitable cause? How can others get involved? 96. If you had only 1 minute with us, what would you tell us about yourself? 97. What are you passionate about? 98. What do you think volunteer service teaches people your age? 99. How would you describe your own personality? 100. How would you describe success? 101. If someone was coming to your state for the first time, what attractions would you recommend to them? 102. What is an important quality of a leader? Do you have it? 103. If you could invent one thing, what would it be? 104. How do you handle disappointment? 105. Tell us about someone you admire. 106. How would you define beauty? 107. What family member are you most like? 108. How do you conquer your fears? 109. Name one of your short-term goals and one of your long-term goals. How do you plan on accomplishing them? 110. Tell me something about you that is not on your paperwork. 111. What activity in your life do you find rewarding? 112. Who outside your family has most influenced your life so far? 113. If you could meet one celebrity, who would you choose and why? 114. If you were given $1,000 and had to spend it on yourself, what would you buy? 115. Tell me about an experience that changed your life significantly and how you handled it. 116. Why are you proud to be from blank? 117. What part of your personality do you like most and why? 118. What talent would you most like to have? 119. What is the best compliment you have ever received? 120. Tell me about a frustrating situation you have experienced and how you dealt with it. 121. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up? How has it changed? 122. What is the greatest academic challenge you have faced? How did you get through it? 123. What is your favorite book? 124. If you had the opportunity to be interviewed on national TV, what would you hope to discuss? 125. What angers you? How do you handle being angry? 126. Where's your favorite place in your state? 127. What is something valuable you have learned from a family member? So guys, that wraps it up. As I said, all these interview questions are available from the Pageant Planet if you subscribe to their email list. There are some other questions there, but they're more pertinent to the US. So if you're competing in a pageant, let's say outside the US, they probably wouldn't apply to you. I doubt you'd be asked them. As to how to practice with these, I would honestly just pick a random point in the video, listen to the first question you get asked, pause it, and then I think ideally video yourself answering that question, play it back, see what you think. Obviously, you could do it in front of a mirror or in front of a group of friends, but I think it's really important you see what you hear what you sound like, and also you just observe your facial expressions, your hand expressions, how you're standing or how you're sitting, depending on how you're going to do it. So I hope this is useful for you, and I will put it also on YouTube so you can find it a bit more easily than here on Facebook, and I'll put it on the podcast as well. So if you're traveling anywhere and if you want to challenge yourself, then you can just listen to this or watch this and start practicing some of those questions.